Today we're making salsa fresca. It's a wonderful go-together with beans, and we're having some chili beans that someone has made and they're bringing over, and I said, we'll do some salsa fresca to go with it because we have these wonderful vegetables from the garden. So it's a very simple thing, but there are just a few things to know. We have tomatoes, very finely chopped tomatoes, and what I did was peel them first, wash them, peel them, and then chop them up very finely, because with salsa fresca you want little bits, little bites of things, little bits of vegetable. I also, as I was chopping them, I had the cutting board over the sink and leaning just slightly so that the tomato juice was running into the sink. And I squeezed them a little bit. That may be cheating, but I squeezed them a little bit to get some of that juice out, because I didn't want the salsa fresca to be swimming in a reservoir of tomato juice after it's all done. So that's point number one. Point number two, know your peppers. We have two different peppers here. I don't know if you can see the colors because they're very similar. One is a yellow and the other is a light green. I have no idea what they are. I bought them as sweet Italians, and they are not sweet Italians. However, they have a wonderful flavor. They're a hot pepper. They have a wonderful flavor. It's not the hottest pepper. That's why you have to know your peppers. If you don't know your peppers, find somebody who does and let them give you some lessons on this. The hottest part of the pepper is, I have it sliced open, is that those seeds and that little bit of white veining. So with these peppers that we're going to use in our salsa fresca, I sliced them open, pulled out the white veining and the seeds, and then chopped this very finely. I'm not going to use it all. That's quite a bit more than I realized we had. Well, we'll stir it up and see. We might use some more. I love the flavor of the pepper, and I like to have a lot of that flavor. I get the seeds out, I can have more flavor. The seeds, I just didn't grow up with that. So I'm limited to how much heat I can take. Now here's some heat I can take a lot of. This is freshly minced garlic. And we're all garlic lovers, so I'm going to put quite a bit in. And some finely minced white onion. I'm going to put that in. And I'm going to stir this up to get some kind of an idea of what the combo looks like. Your combination, your proportions will be different from mine depending on your tastes. Look at this. We're going to put all the onions in. And I'm going to put in a little bit more pepper. It's just so pretty, that green with the red. And an essential, if you're going to do salsa fresca, is cilantro, Chinese parsley. And I have that finely minced. Now that's quite a bit for most people's palates, but we love it. I also have been reading that cilantro is almost like a chelator, that it's really good for helping to flush heavy metals out of your body. Now, I haven't researched that, I just read it, which I thought was very interesting. Gives me an excuse to use plenty in my cooking, as if I needed an excuse. So, there we have it. Salsa fresca. I will put it into a smaller bowl before we serve it, just so that it doesn't look dwarfed in this big one, but this was nice for mixing. Smells heavenly. Those fresh, very ripe garden tomatoes, onions, garlic, and whatever in the world those peppers are. You know what? I think I'm going to put the rest of the peppers in. It doesn't look like that's too much at all. And they're lovely. We'll be putting this on beans in just a little bit, on chili beans. It's also excellent to use as a dip with chips, to put on an open-faced sandwich, a hot open-faced sandwich, to put it on top of a cheese omelet. I mean, be creative. You just won't run out of good ways to enjoy this. Stick it in a quesadilla. It's wonderful. So, anyhow, give it a try. We're going to be enjoying it in just a few minutes here ourselves. Thanks for coming by. Come back again.